Welcome back, everybody, or welcome if you're new. Today we're in the 305 sprint cars here at Charlotte. Ran my fastest time so far at this track in this practice, so I'm very happy about that. Track came in like pretty clean, had to wear in the bottom just a little bit to get that quick. Because the first couple laps I was in the 8s. But yeah, this track's like not very worn in at all. The bottom's the fastest way around. Move the wing all the way forward to 0. And then just try to keep the car straight, pretty much. The less sideways you get, the faster you'll be. And try not to hit the tires at the bottom, but get close to them. That's like the main way to get any speed. I was a little too high there, but I should have a good exit for 4. Ran a 6:13. Okay, I ran faster than practice. I'll take it. I cut it real close in 1 and 2 as well. Let's see what this second lap will be. It's definitely going to be slower, but still in the 6s. I'll take it. Still would have had a pole with that time so far with a 6:68. So I'm happy about that. I feel like I have a lot of speed for some reason in these cars right now at this track. I just feel like I'm doing decent with them. I just have to not hit one of these tires going into a corner, but have a bunch of people left to qualify. Don't know how fast half of them are because they didn't do any practice, so I'll pick it up when we're getting ready to go green. Hopefully we can hold on to the pole. Alright, qualifying's over. We held on to the pole, which is nice. The 11 car wasn't here, so we had to wait out the whole time anyways, which sucks. So 11 car field, 12 cars in total. I feel like I have a lot of speed. Make sure the wing is all the way forward. Yes, it is.
Closed.
Hopefully we can do pretty well here and not hit one of those tires at the bottom. I'm gonna probably stay a little bit off the bottom. Not as close as I was in qualifying, just to be a little safe. And if you guys enjoy this kind of racing, like and subscribe, so that way I know that you guys are enjoying this as well. We've had some pretty good success in these cars lately, it seems like. I'm pretty sure I remember winning at Weed Sport, and then last week I don't remember how I did. I remember I did decent, but I did not win that race. I did pretty well though, I think. I just can't remember at the moment. But we've had some pretty good races this week on the asphalt side and dirt side. And I feel like I have a lot of speed here, so that would be very good. See if we could try to run away with this. Even though this is a huge track for these cars, because small motors, they don't go so fast. You have to keep the momentum up, pretty much full throttle around the whole thing until it gets worn out. And then the first practice I was in, the middle was completely worn out, and I had to let off a little bit to get to the bottom, and I was running like 8s consistently, like mid 8s, lower or higher 8s into the 9s. But I wish that this track condition was kind of like that instead of like completely gripped up on the bottom, because everybody's just gonna be running down there. Waiting on somebody to ready up. 5th place, it looks like. Yeah. Just 5th place. Who is 5th place? Nicholas. Okay, he's the one that took forever to qualify too. He waited till the last second. He might miss grid, which would be hilarious. He waited so long to qualify. Oh nope, he gridded. Why wait that long? I don't understand. Just grid up. But hopefully we can do pretty well. I feel like it's gonna be hard to run away from anybody. Like, I'm surprised I have that big of a gap over 2nd place in qualifying. Even my second time, the 6:68 would have had the pole, which that would have been super close, but still had the pole, which is nice. I'm happy I have a lot of speed.
Yeah, you're blinking real bad, 6.
I know the 12 was blinking pretty bad in practice, but I think he solved it before the race because I was behind him in practice, and he was blinking all over the place, and then after that, he wasn't really blinking too much. I really want to do a race, I don't know in what, probably a limited late model, or something like that, where I use no tear-offs and just see how bad it gets through a race. I feel like that'd be a lot of fun. I'd want to do it at a track that's like at like Eldora or this, something like that, like a bigger track, not a shorter track. But I want to use like no tear-offs, which I think will be very interesting to see how that goes.
Double check your steering wheel. Good look at your seat.
Because I'd like to see after a 30-lap run at any track, really, what the how much dirt gets on your helmet. That'd be very interesting. I'm gonna wait it out a little bit and go. Get a good start. Get out to a lead. and hopefully we could just stay away from the tires, run low, but stay far enough away from the tires where we don't have to risk our front left in our whole race. Because I was really pushing it a couple times in my practices, seeing how close we can get to run a fast time. I try to get a good turn in to where my car is pointed like straight off the corner. I don't want to be like trying to counter steer the whole time. I want to like push out towards the wall and keep its speed. I feel like that's where it's helping me a lot, like speed wise. Still ran a 6:58 there on the first lap. Or the first full speed lap, I should say. Yeah, I feel like I have a lot of speed. I'm happy about that. Because I really thought this race would be a lot closer, kind of like an Eldora and the limited late models where you guys can't get away from each other because it's pretty much full speed, but the sprint cars are a little harder to control. Like it's so much easier to get the back end to kick out and you lose a ton of time doing that. Unlike the limited late models, you can kind of like throw them around a little bit and keep your speed. You can't throw them too far out. Like I got two sideways there. I want to see how long I can stay in the sixes. So far, first 5 laps, besides the first one, obviously, where we're getting up to speed. Yeah, that time I fell into the 7s because I got my back end too far out in turn 1. But we got a nice gap behind us. I'm just trying to stay away from the tires for the most part. It's probably going to start getting a little slicked up on the bottom since everybody's running right along it. And then we'll have to move up a little bit. I don't think it's going to be too bad. I know the sprint cars wear out a track super fast, but this race is going to go by very fast as well. We're already going on to lap 9 of 30. We've got a 0.8 second lead. So I'm not really worried about too much. And second place doesn't really have anyone right on him. He's got a little gap behind him as well. The entrance in turn 1 and turn 3 is starting to get a little more shallow because of where the slick is. He's starting to run a little higher behind me, which he's probably getting a good run off the corners. 20 laps to go already. Yeah, he's running like fully in the grip now. Okay. Maybe I need to start running up here now. Because the bottom's starting to get a little bit more worn out. You can kind of keep the car straighter going through the grip. I just know in these cars it's going to be hard to pass if you guys are pretty much the same speed. So it's good to know bottom started getting a little bit more worn out. The guy behind me was just running straight in the grip, so I'm just going to start running it as well. I'm not running it nearly as well as him though. I like running right on the bottom. You really have to keep your car straight through it. I don't run it as well. But he's definitely catching me. The bottom's really getting thinner to run. Ooh, don't hit the wall. Got very close to the wall there. Yeah, it's getting slick going into the corners for sure. You kind of have to go really wide into the corner now to get into the grip to like keep the car pretty straight. Try not to hit the right rear on the wall. Second place definitely catching me though. We had a lot of speed when the track wasn't worn out. Track's starting to wear out and falling off with the track a little bit. I need to learn this. Because the practices I was in, track was never like this. So that's the thing I like about dirt racing. You can get into a race, you can do a lot of practice, but then the race condition could be like completely different than what you're used to, which I like a lot. He ran low and kind of lost some time. I feel like I'm starting to learn this a little bit. Trying to keep the right rear in the grip. Barely tapped the wall. I thought that was going to be a lot worse than it was. I'm happy it wasn't. I'm getting like really close off the corner of turn 2. Can probably just turn it down a little bit more so where I don't go that far out. Third place is catching second as well. But he's gonna have a little bit of battle on his hands. 10 laps to go. Second place is starting to try to run lower, but I do think the outside keeps the momentum a little bit better at this point. You can see the line starting to form at the bottom to where it's gonna be slick. But you really have to adapt to the track a lot on dirt, which I like. Asphalt side, you can do all the practice you want and you'll be fine. Where did second go? Did they just wreck? Second and third are gone. I think they just wrecked. Yep, there's third place. There was the second place guy right there. I think second and third wrecked. I don't know what happened. I need to go back and see that because he was catching me. Now I have a 2.5 second gap back to second. That really sucks. I'm surprised there was nothing over the mic for that. That's very disappointing for both of them, really. They were having a good race. Now I can just be real conservative. I can be real conservative just running this line and be fine. Well, that takes the pressure off me. That's nice. I've never won at this track in these cars because I don't think I've ever ran it.
Come on, 5. Why do you gotta do that this late in the race? Like, we still got some laps left. You can wait until later in the race to slide down me when you're seeing.
Yeah, the 9 was in second. Now he's back to like 5th.
I am so sorry about that, dude. I literally came in. I was like going in. I got loose almost at the inside tire.
That will happen if you go too low.
So sorry about that, but you're the reason I have 4 contact points. You've been hitting my back bumper the whole race. You need to learn how to drive without touching the other.
Yeah, okay, buddy. I didn't even hit your inside bumper because I was faster than you. Doesn't help.
Yeah, I
that
need
you
to
got
go
a
back and
6
see some of this.
blinking all over the place.
And I finally found in the options where to set the next incident thing for the replays. So I need to remember to use that.
Alright, dude. So then just cry because it's a simulation game.
Catching the number 1 car, he's not running the outside though. His car's probably damaged.
You got 4X of it. Move the hell out the way. He's obviously faster than you.
No, if you were a real racer,
I don't want to be anywhere near anybody. I'm just letting off, letting the 1 car go.
You don't tell a slower guy to move out.
No, I did. I threw a slider and then you sat there and came.
The thing
No,
is,
I
these
didn't
cars
think
are hard to
so.
throw a slider with. They're not very fast.
Nah, if this was real, if this was a real, you know, IRL thing, if I threw that slider right there, you know, you would have let off the gas and,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't have hit me, so.
That is a big difference in this game to real life. A lot of people don't do. A lot of people don't let off when they get a slider thrown
No,
on
if
them.
it was real life, I would have kept the pedal to the metal just to wreck your shit.
Yeah, I doubt that, because you'd have to pay for your own
Oh,
stuff.
you did, but instead you wrecked your own.
Well, I'm happy about that.
$100 if you were in a real car, you wouldn't have wrecked your shit because it was a lot of money.
Oh, he already left. I'm happy about that win. That was nice. We had a huge gap there at the end. Just playing it safe. These things can kind of do a burnout, I think, in the grass. Not really on the dirt very easily. You can kind of get anything to do a burnout in the grass on iRacing. Just because the grass has, like, no grip to it at all. I just wish that you could do it more on the dirt. But that went pretty well for us. I need to go back and see some of the incidents. Like I said, I finally set the button for that. I found that in the options. Let's see how this thing goes. Okay, that does not go well. It does not turn right. I like seeing how these things drive backwards after a race. You can kind of get it to turn in the slick. Other than that, it just kind of goes straight. Yeah, it really just goes straight until you hit the slick. You kind of have to use the slick going backwards. But that was a lot of fun. I'm happy I got that win. I felt like I had a ton of speed. The 1 car definitely was catching me there after about 10 laps running the higher line, and I found that out, so I followed that. But then he started running the bottom. 3rd place caught him, and they got into a wreck or something. I don't know what the hell happened, but let's go back into the beginning and try to see what happened. Because I got a pretty good jump to start with. I'm very happy about that. And let's go see some of the incidents. 1 car, he was back to 3rd, got into the back of the 3 a little bit. That seems like that was it. 4 car, 5 car comes down on the 4, right there. No harm, no foul, I guess, but he cut him off. 10 car in the wall, 12 car gets in the back of him. Might have gotten a 2X from that, I don't know. They might have. 8 car, getting a good run on the outside. Hits the wall? No. What the hell happens? He throws a slider. I don't know where the hell there was an incident there. That made no sense. This is where the 8 threw. Oh, he threw another slider. 4 car just kind of sideswiped him. That was not good. 8 car is right there on the wall. That's where he got sideswiped. Ooh, he goes all the way down into the tires. Does he get stuck on them? No, he doesn't. Okay. 1 car is trying to get by the 3. This is what happened. Okay. That's more what happened. That makes more sense. Because the 3 car actually got by the 1. Like, clean, it seems like. Because the 3 car was not in second the last I knew. Or maybe he was. I thought the 1 car was the one in second the whole damn time. Apparently not. But the 1 car started catching the 3. He tried to throw his half-ass slider. The 3 car is running the mid lane. He doesn't really have much room to throw a slider. Comes up into the side of them and wrecks both of them. So that sucks for them. 1 car got flipped. 3 car. Oh, he almost got hit again. That was close. So I put that more on the 1 because that was a half-ass slider right into the front left of him. Oh yeah, that's the 9 just ran straight into the back of him. Like, he hit the grass and he was far clear. He like hit the grass and clipped the tire barely, slid all the way up. He had plenty of time to come down or go outside, one or the other. The 9 car had plenty of time to go around him. And he said that he was like bumping him like half the race, but if you're just getting bumped, you're just slower. Like, he's giving you warning shots for the most part if he's just bumping you. Because he's like, the 5 car is definitely a little quicker. 9 car just kind of ran straight into him, though. That was a fine slider. He had plenty of time. If he wouldn't have gotten so sideways, it wouldn't have been as bad. And that might not have happened. What happens here? 9 car just comes up, hits the 7. So the 9 car is just pissed off at this point and not letting anybody else buy him. That seems like that happened. Oh, I wish the 7 would have thrown a slider back on him straight into his left side. That would have been hilarious. And then race is over. People just getting, sometimes getting points for that, and that seems to be about it. So, finally set that up, which is nice. I like going back and seeing incidents, and now I can finally, like, see them correctly. But had a huge gap back on second there towards the end, but that's mainly because the 3 and the 1 wrecking. If they didn't wreck together, it might have been more of an interesting of a race. But the 3 car was actually in second the whole race, and I thought it was the 1 car. I really did think the 1 was in second the whole damn time, but I didn't pay too much attention apparently. I just know somebody was catching me in second. I thought it was the 1 car, but happy to get that win. Car number 2 finishing first should gain some iRacing, so let's go see what we end up getting. Alright, results are in. Strength of field was 2300. It's not too bad because I was car number 2. I figured the strength of field would have been decent, so happy about that. Ran the quickest time as well, led all the laps. I knew I ran a couple. I ran like 3 or 4 laps in the 6s off the start, so I know the 1 and the 3 were super fast. They were right behind me. I did go back when I was doing the picture for the thumbnail. I noticed the 1 was starting in second, and the guy behind me was the 3rd, which made sense why the 3 car was in second. I thought the 1 car was in second because he qualified second for some reason the whole time. But hey, we gained 46 iRating. I'll take that up to 4266. I think I'm back around like my max that I've been on dirt, so I'm happy about that. We've been getting a lot of gain in iRating on the oval and dirt side lately, so it's been a lot of good times. A lot of good races, good finishes, just trying to be consistent and getting some wins at the same time, which I'm happy about because wins are hard to come by no matter what you're racing. A win's a win no matter where you get it or what time of the day. It's always competition regardless, so had a huge gap behind us. If the 3 and the 1 didn't wreck, it could have been closer. The 1 car was definitely coming at the end really fast until he got into the 3. He was definitely quicker than the 3. He could have gotten around him clean if he just would have like probably waited another corner and got a better run off of a corner going into a straightaway. Probably could have got a better slider on him, but it is what it is. I'll take the win all day. Still maxed out on our safety, which is fine. I don't care that much. Everybody but me and the guy who didn't race had incident points. Wow. That's kind of funny to me. Everybody besides me and the guy who didn't race had incident points. That's hilarious to me. And even some guys still gained safety because their license is lower, especially the D class, but he was the lowest iRating here as well, and he still finished pretty decent. And he was lagging to start with in practice. Did he get any incident points in practice? Yeah, he did. I didn't, but he did. I think I got into the side of him when he blinked once because he like jumped up the track, jumped back down the track, and then I saw him in my mirror like freaking out or something. It looked like. So I might have gotten into him in practice, but he was blinking all over the place and I could not tell where he was at all. So if you're watching this 12, my bad. Literally had no clue where you were in the practice because you were blinking all over the place. You could see by the incident points I didn't even get any. So the thing never even popped up that we made contact, so I don't know if you watched it or not, but my bad if you did. But you still gained some safety there. You're trying to get to a C class. You're getting close to it. Keep going for it. Well, not actually. I was thinking 3.0. No, you have to get to a 4.0. Never mind. You're not super close. But if you hit the 3.0, it'll jump you up to like 3.3 or 3.4, something like that. But I'm happy with that. We gained a good amount of iRate in this race. Happy we were car number 2, not number 1 like normal, because car number 1 you don't gain nearly as much. I probably would have gained like 20, and it's a lot harder to gain iRating in iRacing than it is to lose it. It's so much easier to lose it. Look at the one car. He lost 109. There's probably not a race that he's going to do on the dirt side that's going to gain him over 100 iRating. Like, even if he was like in a 4,000 strength of field, he would probably still be over mid-pack on the number, and that's a really high strength of field. He would not gain over 100 if he won that race, so it's a lot easier to lose it than gain it. So I'm happy with where we're at in the iRating. Just keep trying to gain it slowly, a little bit at a time, and it is what it is. I'm happy we did well. But I appreciate you guys for watching as always and just listening to me ramble. Sometimes I just kind of go off a little bit like in these results because I don't really know what to talk about. So, but I appreciate you guys for watching as always. Let me know how your guys' races went this past week, and if you did this race. I know somebody in my ARCA race, yeah, on the ARCA race, they said that they were 3rd in this race. They did this race, and 1st and 2nd got together on the last lap, and he went by and won it. So good for him. Congrats. But that's I was expecting a closer race because of what other people have told me how their races have gone here. So I'm happy I did well and had a lot of speed. So appreciate you guys for watching as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.